things up and then walk away.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so surprise video here. I wanted to do a video on the Guardian Games event, just showing you the armor sets first of all, and I went ahead and bought the armor set from Eververse with real money, so that way maybe you don't have to. I wanted to do this video so maybe you can kind of judge for yourself whether or not you really want the armor set. I'm going to be cycling through some of the shaders, that way you know what is shaderable and what is not shaderable. Is shaderable even a word? Try saying shaderable 3 times fast. Shaderable, shaderable, shaderable. See, I already messed up. And I also kind of wanted to do another type of build with me video since the first one was really freaking popular with you guys. I know I promised that the next build with me would be with a hunter. I'm still working on that one, and I'm working really hard, as you saw at the beginning little clip. I've been raiding with my hunter, I've been doing gambit with my hunter, I've been doing crucible, basically following my own advice that I give to all the new lights. But as far as like these kind of impromptu videos go, whether we have another event like the Dawning, Revelry, Guardian Games, Halloween event, whatever, to show off a lot of the armor sets, I'm gonna be buying them on my Titan because that is what I play. That is where I spend all my time in. My hunter and my warlock, I really kind of only keep them for kind of a fashion storage. I just like having the sets and just making them look like pretty, I guess. They're kind of like my Barbie dolls. I don't really like take them out anywhere, I just kind of dress them up. And before we get started, I just kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a round of applause because look, we passed 2,000 subscribers already. Didn't I just do my 1,000 sub special? Don't think you're getting another special anytime soon. Mainly because that was a lot of work, but let's say this, at 5,000 subs, that will be the next special. So dear Guardian, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, sacrifice the like button to our muffin gods, and as always, gently caress that notification bell, ever so gently. Don't forget that I have a Discord server where we can all go and nerd out about different sets that you come up with, link in the description below. And in the spirit of Guardian Games, how about in the comments below, why don't you guys tell me which side that you're on? Are you a warlock? Are you a hunter? Or are you like me and you're on the Titan side? Punchy boys unite. Alright, let's get into the video now. I'm going to pass it off to Past Me, and he's going to talk to you about the Guardian Games. So, let's answer the question, should you buy the Eververse set? Once again, I bought it on my Titan because that is what I play the most. Hunters and Warlocks, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to buy it for a class that I don't use. I know I said that I was going to do a build with me video next on the Hunters, but since Guardian Games has an Eververse set, I thought it would be way more interesting to do it on the Eververse set and to kind of help you guys decide whether or not you want to buy it. The Hunter build with me video will be the next build with me video. I promise you this time for sure. So, like I said, I bought the ornaments. They look alright. Let's go, while I'm talking here, let me cycle through some shaders. That way you guys can get a general sense of what is shaderable and what is not shaderable. So just from the looks of it right now as I'm cycling through these, just so you know, the blue, the red, and the yellow on all of the armor sets will not be shaderable. Those are kind of permanent little marks and you have to work around them. You know, and I can already hear people saying, "Ah, man, Bungie did it again. There's not shaderable little things, and we just want to make sure that we can control every aspect of our armor." Guys, I know. But listen, part of being a real fashion guru is knowing how to work with things that are not in your control. So, for example, new light players can't always have all the ornaments. They have to work with what they got. So just like they have to work with what they got, we have to work with things that are not shaderable. And honestly, if you don't like the things that are not shaderable, don't buy the set. And while I'm cycling through these again, let me just talk about how in last video I got a lot of comments saying, "Oh, Muffin, why do you own every single set? Blah 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 blah." It's like, listen, me as a person that's been playing Destiny since like the beta phase when that came out on PS4, I play this game a lot, man. I love this game. Like, I can't get away from it. There was a period of time where I didn't play the game, which was Warmind and Curse of Osiris. That was also my transition from PS4 to PC. And listen, as a person that's played this game for a very, very long time, it's kind of expected that I have a lot of ornaments. And to all those keyboard warriors typing away right now, you know, I'm gonna break your little hearts. Most of my sets are earned. I didn't buy them with real money, except for, I believe, oh my god, that noise is gonna kill me. By the way, that noise is really annoying. But yeah, I've only bought a total of 3 Eververse sets, and that's because I feel like Bungie deserves some money. I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of this game, and I feel like I owe it to them. We may not always agree as a community what we like and what Bungie's doing wrong and what Bungie's doing right. But, you know, I'm playing the game. I'm spending hours in this game, so I'll spend some money towards it. And besides, I'm buying the armor set, so that way you don't have to, and I can show you what shaders look good on it. That way, you don't have to wonder whether or not you can make it work for you. So, you're welcome. But really, guys, what I'm seeing here, just from cycling through all of these, is that the darker shaders are going to be better. If you do any shaders like this one that hides one of the colors, like a red or a blue or a yellow, it's kind of going to not end up looking as good. You have to highlight the colors instead of trying to get rid of them. And what looks to be working for this set is any of the darker colors. All of the darker colors are kind of highlighting the Guardian Games colors. And honestly, as I'm looking through, oh, that kind of looks like Spider. Why does that give me a Spider-Man vibe? Spider-Man doesn't have blue. He has some blue. But as I was saying, I think that this set is going to be very similar to the Lux set, where the Lux set doesn't always look the best as a whole entire set. The Lux set kind of just looks better, like, without that noise. The Lux set will look better when you mix and match stuff with. So maybe you use the helmet and don't use the legs or the chest plate. Or maybe you use the chest but you don't use something else. And I think that's what's going to end up happening with this armor as well. It's not going to look together as a set, but like maybe if you just use the helmet or the helmet and the legs, stuff like that. I feel like that's what's going to make this set look the best, is when you mix and match with other armors. So how about we do that? So now that we've kind of cycled through some of the ornaments, I'm actually going to start popping up on screen what some of the other ornaments like the hunters and the warlocks kind of look like. That way you can get a general sense of what you can do with a set. This is definitely not all the shaders, but it's some. That way you can get to thinking about what you're going to do. Okay, now that we kind of did all that, now let's make an armor set together. And all those people that typed in the comments last time, Be ready to be triggered by the amount of ornaments that I'm using. So, let's start with the chest plate. The chest plate I don't really like too much. It has like a hunch, which is okay if you're trying to go for the biker look, but I am not. My trusty old chest plate that I like using is a Sunbreaker. I think I kind of mentioned this last time. The Sunbreaker plate is really easy to work with, and it just looks so freaking cool. For the legs, I don't really like the legs. Actually, the mark. Let's switch that. So, the mark you get at the beginning of the Guardian Games event, it looks freaking amazing. I really hope Titans win because I want this to stay gold. And you know what? Even silver would look good on this. Bronze, bronze is going to be really hard to work with. So, at least second place. I know we might get dominated by the Hunter since there's so many of them. As you can see, that flag is already pretty up high. So, we're going to use this mark instead of the Eververse one because I like it more. The legs. Yes. I feel like the legs need to match the chest plate because there's a whole armored look going. We could go a little bit more casual with the Lux legs. Let's do what I call a shader check. Here's a little tip for you guys. If you're kind of mixing and matching armors, and a good way to kind of get a good sense of whether or not they're going to go together, do what I call a shader check. So use whatever shaders you have in your inventory and just right click on them. It'll show everything together and you'll be able to see what kind of works together and what's not working together. So right now I'm seeing that it's not going to really work together, and also the gold cannot be shaded on the mark. It makes complete sense because of course it's going to change colors. So let's play into that. How about we use Calluses Selected because that has a little bit of gold in it. And right away, look at that. The Lux legs are not going to work. So, let's go ahead and try maybe Starcross. Starcross Footsteps are another really good set of legs. Callus is selected. Let's do a quick shader check. And close but no cigar. Actually, what about trusty old Dune Marchers? I think I already have Calluses selected on these. Yes, I do. So let's look at the whole set together. And no, so it looks like the arms are going to be tough to work with. They look like they're not going to take any good shaders. They look like they're going to stay white. I already kind of expected this stuff not to be shaderable, but the white is going to be rough. That's two separate whites. So I don't think we're going to be able to use the arms. I have these arms from the Scourge of the Past raid. You know, and this kind of brings me to another point here. I remember last video I said you do not need ornaments in order to look good. They help. They most certainly help because the ornaments are sadly one of the best looking stuff in the game. But you don't need them because you have the raids, you have Gambit Prime, you have Crucible. There's a lot of sets that are always available that new light players can even get. And to prove it to you, I'm doing the same thing. So as you guys know, I have a Hunter and a Warlock that I don't really use. I kind of just use them to kind of hoard season ornaments for me in case I ever do want to use them. So, of course, recently I've been making a bunch of videos for you guys, and, well, the videos have been doing pretty well, so I've been having to use my Hunter and my Warlock, so that way I can get more sets for you guys. Like I said, I want to do a build with me video for the Hunters next, and as you saw in the beginning clip, I was raiding on my Hunter because I'm following my own advice. I don't just tell you guys these things because I'm kind of just spouting out random nonsense. I've played this game a very long time and I know what sets look good even on other classes, even if I don't play the other classes. So I put my money where my mouth is. I got on my Hunter, I've been doing Gambit Prime stuff, I've been doing raids on my Hunter, I've been doing Crucible on my Hunter, I've been even doing Iron Banner on my Hunter, which my Hunter was severely under-leveled for Iron Banner. So, you know, listen, I'm out there grinding just like you guys for that fashion. Anyway, back to my build. talking about the Scourge of the Past stuff reminded me that I have the Scourge of the Past legs. For Titans specifically, the Scourge of the Past legs are some of the best looking legs in the game, and I used them for so freaking long, and they look really great. And since these are bulky and armored, I think they're going to go well with the mark. So let's do that. But if we're going to use the Scourge of the Past legs, I don't think we should use the arms, because that might be a little bit too much of the same set. Even though that's just 2, and that's like perfectly fine with me. For me personally, I feel like I'm going to mix and match just a little bit more. So let's put on these arms and use trusty virtuous gauntlets. I think that's kind of working out a little bit. Let's do a quick shader check. Ooh, I am liking that. So, as you can see how that helmet isn't shaderable there? Normally that would be a problem, but since it's such a thin strip, it doesn't really bother me. Let's go ahead and apply that shader on there, because I know I'm going to use the head for sure. Oh, that's not the right shader. I think I'm going to use these arms, so let's apply the shader onto here as well. Look at you. You're looking great. Let me put it on the mark. Oh, that was my last one. Okay, look at that. That looks great. But the purple's bothering me just a little bit too much. I kind of wanted to just stay at the white and gold. Like I said, the red up there is fine. It doesn't really pop out too much. But I think the purple is going to be a problem. So let me try a different... Actually, do I have an exotic on? No, that kind of makes me look weird. Oh, the phenotype plasticity. I don't want to overwrite my current plate. If you guys see some bad stats on these plates, on these armor sets, just know this isn't what I'm currently using. This is just what I like to play dress up with. Phenotype plasticity plate for the win. Look at that. I'm kind of liking that a lot. Let's get into the light. Oh man, it's nighttime. Oh, you're looking pretty good, man. Oh, and okay, that I promise you that was not planned. For those of you that don't know, the summoner and almost all of the trials guns take shaders very badly. So I kind of just left it at full gold. I don't know what I had on. Let's see, what did I have on? Oh, I have on Calluses selected. So actually, that I promise you that was not planned. That looks fantastic. Look at that. So I ended up using the helmet and the mark. The mark you get for free, so that doesn't really count. Like I said, the competitive spirit set, which is what the set is called, is not going to be a set that you want to constantly parade around with, wearing the full thing. You're going to want to use it with different armor sets to make it look good. Like I said, the head is very promising, and if you really wanted to, you could take it a step further and go play into that red. Since you know that can't be shaded, might as well put red on everything, right? But if you're going to do that, then you are probably not going to want to use the mark, because the gold on the mark is going to be kind of crazy. If you're not going to use the mark, then I would definitely try using something red to blend in that helmet and make it fit with everything else. If you are going to use the mark, I say you play into the mark, since the mark is a bigger piece. So final closing thoughts of what I think about the set. If you're the type of person that likes to mix and match armor sets and doesn't like to wear one full set, then you can definitely make it work. Like I said, this is a lot like the Lux set, where if you wear it together, it will look okay, but it won't look its best. You want to definitely try to separate the pieces out and try to sub in others. As far as them individually, the helmet I really like. I don't like that you can't shade the red on it, but I can see a whole lot of things being created with it, because it resembles the Gemsim Night Helm, and the Gemsim Night Helm is another really, really, really good helmet. The legs on it, I can see kind of working for a more casual set for the Titans. There is some armor here at the bottom. I see it being a little bit problematic since if you take off the chest plate, you're just gonna get two random colored lines here that really don't make sense. The mark I like a lot. Only the white part on this can be shaded, keep that in mind. But if you're going with a white and red build or a red and something else build, I feel like this won't be too much of a problem. It's a simple mark and it has a really cool design on it. The chest plate for me personally, if it was by itself, this would look really great. I feel like because the lines are there, it's gonna be kind of a problem to try to play around with the chest plate so much. If the lines could be hidden, that would have been so much better, but it's not gonna allow for too much creativity there. From far away, the chest plate looks like it's giving you a hunchback. Maybe some thicker legs might help kind of offset that, but the chest plate overall, I think it's a little meh. For the arms, I like the arms. I like the arms a lot. I can see something being made with them. The same problem kind of applies with these arms as the rest of the set. The blue is not shaderable. The white on this set in general is really hard to hide. The white on the set does not take shaders very well. The red on the Titan shoulder specifically looks fine with me. Just you have to use something else to kind of balance out that red, or try to make the rest of the build maybe black and then kind of let the red pop out more. Like I said, I like the arms. I can feel that some good sets will come out of these, but it's not going to be easy. So, should you buy this set? Well, if you're the type of person like me that is a collector and just likes to have everything in the game, maybe. I don't really think that this set is going to be missed at all. You hear a lot of people say, oh, I miss Destiny 1 Iron Banner armor. Oh, I miss the SRL gear. It was quick and it was slick and it was so good looking. Or I miss the Crucible battle ornaments. I don't see people saying that about this set. This set is going to be a quick thing. Everybody's going to forget about it in a couple of months. And you know what? It's going to end up being one of the sets that everybody asks you, oh, where did you get that from? And no one's going to remember. But like I said, if you're a collector like me, it's still a maybe. If you're the type of person that can make an armor set out of everything and you see potential in this set, I say go ahead. Go ahead and buy it because you're the type of target audience this is for. Like me, I just like to play around with looks. I like to play dress up with my guardians. They're like my Barbie dolls. Okay, so in short, like I said, if you are the type of person, I guess a fashion sweat, let's call it, definitely buy it. If you're the collector type, I don't think you should buy it because no one's really going to miss this set, and no one is really going to say, oh, I want this set to come back. I really don't expect that. For you, the average player that may not have money to throw around all willy-nilly, I also don't recommend this set for you. And Bungie, if you're watching this, which I doubt, but I understand what you're trying to do with these sets. The blue, the yellow, and the red, they go really well when everything is together. But for us, the community that's trying to make some really unique stuff out of these sets, it's just not going to work. The non-shaderable things are kind of annoying. Okay, so that's going to be my thoughts on the Guardian Games armor sets. I'm going to end the video by showing you two fantastic people from the server. As you may know by now, I always hold a little contest to see who's going to make it in my videos every single time I upload. And here is the winner this time. And this week we have Nina and her Queen of Snakes. So Nina, as soon as I saw this in the fashion runway, I immediately liked it. It was kind of unique, and a big reason why I liked it is if you take a look at your armor sets here, you're using a lot of Gambit Prime stuff, and that's just going to hammer in my message even more that you don't need ornaments to look good. And I know you have the Lux Crown Season 10 Eververse set, but you probably bought that with Bright Dust. And then your chest, your legs, and your class item are all Invader boots. Your shaders, which are Warbrick, Mercury Vex, and Metro Shifts, are all bought using Bright Engrams that you just get randomly dropped from the game, or you used to be able to get randomly dropped from the game, so you didn't spend any money on that. And your arms are an exotic, the Karnstein's Armlets, which is just a random drop, of course. And I also just like in general how menacing the Warlock looks. Like, she looks like, almost like how Honor sounds in the stories, where Honor is gonna like come and, you know, destroy a whole entire hideout just because she wants to talk to someone. So if I could sum it up in one word, it would definitely be menacing. Another reason why I chose Nina, and this kind of sounds weird, but I don't mean it in a bad way, is she is a really good example of what an average player could do with not a lot available to them. So like I said, she went through Gambit Prime to get this set, and maybe you have some Bright Dust lying around from doing bounties, and you use that Bright Dust to pick and choose which part of the sets of Eververse armor that you like. You don't necessarily have to buy the whole set. So I'm looking at you comment section. For the people that always tell me I can't look as good as you because I don't have as much armor as you, I promise you it's doable. Anyway, thank you very much, Nina, for your Queen of Snakes, and on to the person that won this weekend's Fashion Guru title. The challenge this week was Arc Week, so I told everybody they can use whatever exotic armor pieces they want, as long as they enhanced your arc abilities. The winner this week was Stardust Crusader, and a big reason you were probably chosen, because I wasn't the only judge, is because you kind of embody Arc Week, man. Even though you are very chromified, I guess I can call it, that's not a word, but you do have a lot of hints of blue in your armor, and even the emote you're using was from Arc Week. And as always, for the people that want to know what this man is wearing, I'm going to tell you just to go down to the Discord server, again, link down below, and Stardust Crusader is the only one with a Fashion Guru title. Why don't you go ahead and ask him yourself? And that's also a way you can get yourself into both getting submissions into my videos and getting into those weekend contests, which are super fun. And really quick, just because I wanted to sneak this in here, HamHannah. This was an honorable mention because this was a really great screenshot. Round of applause for you. So I need to stop adding so many things to the end of my videos. I feel like my videos are just getting longer and longer, even though I'm trying to get them cut down to smaller little bite sizes. But do the typical things like hit the subscribe button, sacrifice that like button to our muffin gods, and as always, slowly caress that notification bell ever so gently. Enjoy the Guardian games, everybody. Every single Titan that is watching this, please try really hard. We need to keep that mark golden, dear God, please. And as always, stay beautiful.